All right, so check mic 212. Yep, everything seems to be working fine. So we're gonna start in 1 minute, just waiting for the rest to join the room. Hey CryptoMux, how are you doing? Hey all of you guys, glad to see you all. So basically today, and it's been a while actually, like I think 2 weeks ago we had the last webcast. So since then many things have happened and there are lots of new updates I have for you, especially with regards to the bot performance. I opened a few more bots with different strategies to follow the market rally, and you can see that's the basic attention token. It's been active for 16 days already, and the total investment change is around 0%. So despite the fact that it made me, like, the bot been trading and it was able to seize these minor price swings to buy low and sell high, because of this turbulence that you can see on the basic attention token chart trading to USDT, you can imagine that for the board it was quite hard to achieve the best performance because of this extreme pump and dump scenario, and that's why it's just around 0%. And so the bot made around 1% per day, and well, this is still not enough to cover the overall negative impact we had right after this huge pump that you can see on the chart, and then sudden dump down to $0.93. So we need some time for it to recover, but so far so great. You can see that it's just the only bot that is in the negative zone, whereas those that been active for 2 months, even 1 month, they are doing just great. So the top performer, well, as always, like pretty much every single webcast, you can see that Algo and Solana are the top performing assets. And well, that's because not just fundamentally these are some of the greatest projects in my humble opinion, so that's not the financial advice, but you can see on the chart that it has created a multiple opportunities for the bot to capture all of these price swings. And that's why bot, as you can see on Algo and on Solana, performed very well, because bot strategy is actually designed for the sideways market, which we can say started at the end of September 2021 for Algo, and started to fluctuate within this triangle. Well, it's not an ideal triangle, of course, but you can say that this is one of the sideways formations ideal for the bot, and that's why 1.61% per day is what we see on Algo and 1% on Solana. So if we zoom out Solana, for example, like, honestly, my mistake was that I still hold on to the bot strategy, even though I know that the best strategy for Solana would be classic bot, because Solana is doing very well. It's doing even better than Algo. It just keeps rising, whereas on Algo you can see these multiple cases of sideways and extreme pump and dump scenarios out there. With Solana you can see pretty much a steady growth upwards, and for this kind of scenario the best strategy would be the classic bot strategy, because we know that the classic bot, it basically increases our exposure to the base currency when the price is rising, and that's because of its built-in algorithm of buying the same amount of coins and selling the same amount of coins. So regardless of the price, it's going to buy, let's say, 10 coins. So if today 10 coins cost you $100, it's going to spend $100. But as the price rises, and let's say now the cost is $20 per coin, then in order to buy 10 coins, you need to spend $200. So that's exactly what the classic bot is going to do. It's going to spend $200, okay? And that means that as the price rises, it has to spend more money, because otherwise it won't be able to afford to buy 10 coins anymore. And in case of the Aave bot, we all remember that it always spends and executes the same sum. Like it doesn't matter as in case of the classic bot. In classic bot, the bot cares about the number of coins, whereas in Aave bot, it just cares about the investment sum. So if we look at algo and we go to open orders, if you multiply the price at which we have this grid order to buy Solana, if you multiply the price by the amount, you will get pretty much the same total sum invested. Whereas if you look at the classic bot, let's go to Atom in this case, notice that the amount is the same. So regardless of the price, it's going to buy the same number of coins. So at some point it's going to cost you more, at some point it's going to cost you less. So in that case, just keep in mind the simple logic is that when you expect the price to rally, like in case of Solana, then the best strategy would be classic bot. So that's why I'm telling you that it was my mistake that I forgot to flip my strategy around this area. When I saw this strong support line, it sustained, the price started to rally back, and well, basically this was the moment around, well, 1st of October when I should have flipped to the classic bot strategy instead, because that way I could make more money than with the current strategy I hold on to. And that's very interesting because honestly, like, despite of your technical and fundamental skills, anything can happen on the market. I mean, some big whales can enter and they can create this huge downside candlestick, significantly affecting your position as you are also trading this cryptocurrency. So there are some things that cannot be predicted. There is some kind of big chance that some cases are not under your control and anything can really happen. And that's why you never can say for sure that Aave at this point of time is the ultimate solution, because everything is based on your expectations. Okay, so as I look at Solana, well, yes, it would be great to flip into the classic bot around the 1st of October, right? But who knows how it would have performed, right? Back then, maybe it would continue its rally its sideways market over here. So that way, Aave bot would be better than the classic bot in that case. So I basically judge based on the current performance and what I see based on the historical prices. Okay, so if you still expect, let's say, Solana to continue this rising pattern as it has since the 1st of October, then it really makes sense to trade with the classic bot. But if you feel like the market for Solana is overbought and basically it's the time for Solana to dump a bit and maybe trade over here in this area to accumulate, then Aave bot is still a viable solution, like in my case, for example. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with Solana, because I kind of feel like it's an overhyped project, even though I think it's a great one. But since it's still in its beta mode, it's not yet on the alpha mainnet, I still assume that it's kind of overbought. So that's why I'm really cautious here and stick with the as bought strategy, because I know if the market falls, then as bought will quickly accumulate and make me more gains on the sideways market compared with the classic bot. Okay, so if you look at the Polkadot, for example, and for those of you who follow Polka, you know that recently on Binance, and actually not just on Binance, but I think I saw on Huobi or OKEx, I'm not sure exactly on which exchange, but there are at least 2 exchanges I know, big one exchanges, that announced this Polkadot auction incentives. So basically those projects that you support on the Polkadot, you can stake your DOT so that your projects on Polkadot will have more chances to win the auction. But be cautious, because what you stake, and if the project succeeds in auction, your funds will be locked for 96 weeks or something. Yeah, so be cautious here. But you don't actually need to participate in auctions. What I'm trying to say is that since there is a new incentive for the market to buy Polkadot, because now you can basically stake it for auction on Binance and on Huobi, it kind of creates more utility now, and creates more traction for Polkadot. So pretty much that's why we can see the price rising, and also of course some other fundamental factors that push the value of Polka higher. But I think that really, as they continue to create new incentives and venues for us as traders to easily explore, then it's good for the value of Polka. So the price of it might still continue its rally. And yes, it looks like it's now the alt season. So you can see that there are a lot of altcoins that are skyrocketing. So it's really hard now to kind of filter out great projects, because all of them, even the shittiest one, they are rising in value. Okay, because the market is now crazy. Like everyone is taking out their proceedings from the Bitcoin profits and using it to buy other altcoins, anticipating that these altcoins will skyrocket even more than Bitcoin. So be cautious, because that's very risky time at some point, because lots of scam activity actually happening out there. But the way for you to really monitor the market is just look for the incentives that projects create for users. So the more incentives you see they come up with, and the more utilities they create for the native token, the more they promote, the better. So that's the case for Solana as of now, Polkadot. I think Avalanche recently announced some really great incentives for projects that are aiming to be built on top of Avalanche. Kusama is basically connected with Polkadot. So yeah, I mean, that's the kind of logic that I follow. I'm not buying coins like Shiba, because simply I just don't understand the fundamental nature and the unique value proposition of such coins. So even though yes, they are rising in value, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to buy this coin. So in my opinion, it makes no sense to buy the coins and use them in automated trading strategies if you don't understand the fundamental nature of this coin. So that's my advice. Trade those coins that you understand and you know how the value is being created. SNX been doing great. So you can see that those coins I have, they are from I mean, the portfolio here is kind of diversified. You have some infrastructure layers like, what is that? I think I had OXT. Yeah, OXT, that's the VPN. In crypto, we have some protocols. We have some exchanges like 1inch, for example. We have derivatives platform, no, synthetics platform, which is the SNX. Basic attention token that creates value as you use the browser. Actually, right now I'm showing you. I'm using the Brave browser just now, so you literally get rewards as you use the browser. So that's the value they create. Simple logic, but really it works, and you can check the value of basic attention since its inception, and you can understand how the value is being created. So as of the settings, okay, the way I usually monitor my best performing coins is by filtering out them by the average daily return. So Algo, Solana, basic attention. So you can see that I have around 20 greed levels in each of the strategy. So like for Atom, for example, 0.79% for just 18 days. That's an impressive result. And you see it's just 20 grid levels with the trading range around 20, if that's the correct way to calculate it. It's not actually the exact tool you would use to measure the distance between your lowest price and highest price, okay? But usually I just use this price range tool to kind of estimate the range. It's not the perfect, of course, because it's not it's based on the price. So basically if you drag it from here, then you get 3%, but if you drag it from here, you get another number. So it's because of it's based on the price, but not on the distance here. So that's why it's just usually visually I look at how my trading range is formed, and I grab those strategies that been performing well, like on Algo, Solana, based on the grid amount and the trading range, and just copy paste these configurations to another strategies that I want to launch on other coins I want to add in my portfolio. So that's something I did for where is this coin? Yeah, so Atom, that's exactly what I did. So I just grabbed the trading range parameters from, I think it was from Algo. Yeah, so I grabbed parameters from Algo, 20 grids, pretty much the same trading range, and copy pasted on the Atom, and it's doing great so far, you can see. So if it continues this pattern for a while, then it's good, because I have, oh no, it's actually the classic bot that I have on Atom trading to use this. So since it's classic, then the best outcome would be the price moving like this, establishing new all-time highs, establishing lower highs. This is lower high, this is lower high, and this is higher high in this case. So that's the formation you would expect from Atom to really bring you the highest results, as you have the classic bot, as in my case. Yep, so that's what we have with the spot bots. I actually had a few future bots on Algo and Aave as well. So let's see, so it's been since 17th of October, Aave. Let's take a look. So the 17th of October, that's over here. Let me use this vertical line. Let's make it wider, 17th, and close date as of the 27th. Yeah, exactly over here where you see this huge tail from the candle up to 460, and I closed it using the take profit, which is a very good tool for you if you kind of expect this turbulence on the market from coins like Aave. There was a problem on Aave protocol, and because of that the market significantly dumped the coin, which created this opportunity to buy it lower, and hence this kind of extreme pump scenarios and extreme dump scenarios are like they were expected because of this speculation on Aave, and that's why you should use the take profit in this case, because if not the take profit, then the price would skyrocket to 460. I would not lock into my returns in this area. The price would quickly go back to 320, so I would lose this momentum. Okay, so I would be now trading in this area of 320, whereas thanks to the take profit it closed everything at 400. So it's just that let's say I want to trade Aave once again, maybe modify and restart. So assuming that I feel like it's gonna go like this, and in some case it might go up considerably like it did back in back in the 27th of October. Well, if you feel like there is a small chance for Aave to reach 500 intraday, well, still I would recommend to use the take profit just in case. So that's it's nothing for you, okay? It does not affect your trading. It's just another profit maximization tool and risk management tool for you to secure your returns in that case. And that's something that you still might expect from Aave coin because of its recent activity and problems it had on the protocol. So let's actually launch it once again. So I started with $97 back then. Let's fix the lower price. I'm okay with the high price, even though you know that on the combo bot you cannot really change the high price. There is a certain limit there because of the this setup. We have to follow in accordance with the Binance rules when trading futures. So that's the exact trading range I will have. That's the only one I can afford. That's the widest one I can have. Not sure if I'm gonna use the stop loss. Instead, my stop loss is gonna be my liquidation. So maybe let's trade with another $100. No, actually let's try with 150. Take profit 500. That's no, actually let's use the realistic one. Let's use again 400 something, 420 maybe. Okay, all good. So I have 16 levels. That's the combined amount of DCA orders and grid levels. And here I had 16 grid levels because you remember I clicked on modify and restart, and as I click on this button it automatically copy pastes the parameters that I used, and I had 16 grid levels back then, so I'm gonna follow with 16 grid levels I think. And take profit done. Stop loss, I'm not sure if I want to have it, but for the security measures I always recommend you to use the one. Maybe I just put it here. Notice that your stop loss is gonna be trailing, because it's another cautious. I mean, that's another risk management feature that we enabled, and it's automatic, because futures trading is really risky. Like it's a completely different story from the spot market trading. Like, even though this configuration looks familiar to you, I mean, trading with leveraged contracts, it's a different level of risk. So that's why we have trailing as an automatic feature as you enable the stop loss. So that means that as the price goes higher, the stop loss will follow it, and it's gonna maintain the same distance as at launch relative to the entry price. So if your stop loss is down by 11%, then as the price rises, your stop loss will maintain this exact 11% distance. So at some point you will find that your stop loss has become your take profit, as now it is trading way higher from your average entry price. And it's another great feature of trading stop loss when trading with the combo bot on futures contracts. So I'm gonna go with 10x leverage, isolated mode. Let's see, maximum position size, okay. Margin, I can see. Honestly, like the only thing that I'm missing here is, well, I really want to know what's the total cost of this position. Like, since it's the isolated mode, I need to know the exact sum, like the maximum sum of money that I will lose. On Binance, when you trade futures just futures contracts, there is a calculator that you can use to calculate the exact sum of money you will lose when you trade 10x isolated mode with $150. Whereas here, it's not yet enabled, so you cannot really see it. But that's something I believe we are working on as we speak now. And so far there are some key metrics already provided, but I don't really think that that's the full picture here. And that means that you should expect more metrics from us for the combo bot to kind of improve your trading and save your time on all of these calculations that you still have to do, like some of them on Binance, because they have this complete calculator. But I mean, right now I can really argue that that's the best futures bot you can find on the market. And if you find something better, yeah, I'm really curious to learn about it, because literally I tried different platforms and they don't have this level of transparency and the amount of parameters you can calibrate in the configuration here as in the dashboard on the right side. So right now it looks like the ultimate futures bot you can have. It lacks some metrics, that's for sure. That's something we just discussed. But I mean, you never release the product with its final version. I mean, Apple started with its first iteration, and now you can see a completely different iPhone versions, right? So it's something that is relevant to every company. It's just that it takes time to further implement better UX and UI experience, and then visual effects, and then some other features, some custom-made orders, some custom-made algorithms. So it really takes time. So I think that with this configuration we are ready to go. I'm just gonna click on preview. You just once again double check your parameters, and you can now start the trade. It takes time for it to place all of these orders, as we send API data flow to Binance directly, and then Binance have to take this inflow of data and open all of these positions. So from our side, everything is smooth and quick. It's just that on the side of Binance, because it's like one of the biggest exchanges out there, sometimes, especially when the price of Bitcoin rises drastically, you can expect some delays in the system, but these delays are due to the Binance overload, but not due to the Bitsgap. There have been only a few cases then Bitsgap was overloaded, but it's now in the past. We now have completely different solutions, like technical solutions, to handle the bandwidth. So as you can see now, we have Aave trading to USDT. On the right side, you can see the profit and loss, like the P&L on your open position. Whereas on the left side, where you see profit USDT, that's the final outcome, like that's the ultimate performance you need to monitor, because it takes your P&L, which is from here, minus 0.11 right now, and it also takes into account the fees you paid, including closed positions. So if in case of my past trades, like for Aave, the performance you see here was $103. So that's is due to the profit it generated. In that case, that's, you can see the hourly chart, and you can see the exact profit mining here. So you can see at which price it did sell, and what was the fee paid, and what's the profit realized. So that's something you can always export to CSV and further use to analyze the performance, creating some custom-made ratios that you need and that are not present here on Bitsgap, which can be the case for you if you are the portfolio manager or a very experienced trader and you need some extra ratios to be calculated. Then yes, export to CSV and use all these inputs for your ratios. Okay, so let's check. So -2, the price is falling a bit. You can see that it managed to realize a small profit here, but because we paid this fee, then this profit is not enough to offset the overall negative performance as we have now. But I mean, it's just started, okay, so it really takes time for it to make some money. Let me check the questions you guys have. Okay, let's change to 1 minute chart. Let's go to 1 minute chart. Boom. So this is where we started. Over here, it actually purchased here the Altcoin. It sold a bit here at the price of 319.29, and now the price continues to fall, and if it falls further way down to, in that case, 317, it's going to execute this next limit buy order, and the second limit buy order is over here at 316 and down to the lowest of 304. Let's now remove all the drawings. So as you know, basically whenever it sells, like let's assume that the price has reached this $321.5, it cashes out and uses these proceedings to open a new buy order. In that case, it would be around this area, buy, and the difference between this buy and this sell is the profit generated. And you can see that, let's say I go here, where is this? So yeah, that's exactly profit generated. That's the difference between buy and sell, and it goes here to the total USDT profit. So this is how it works. Okay, as of now just -2, but we just started. If you feel like the coin of your choice is gonna fall, then you can make money on the downfall. So let's say start new bot, combo bot, and let's choose, well, I think there was Helium HNT that is kind of looks overbought. No, it's not HNT, maybe CVS. No, it's not trading on Binance. So one way to do is actually you can go to recommended strategies and you can find best performing based on 3 days. So, and that way you can find those coins that might be overbought. So for example, CHR. Well, you see, it kind of looks like it started to offload. So the profit made here is being offloaded here. So it might fall down to the next support over here. But since it's first area, I mean, it's the first time ever it trades in this zone, it's hard to say where is the support line because this is an unexplored area. So that's why maybe I would not trade CHR, because it's a newly minted coin, even though it's been present since March 2021. It's just not enough for the technical analysis, in my opinion. So I'd rather maybe switch to LRC. Okay, so in case of the LRC, it looks like it might fall down to 0.88. Okay, but I mean, it's just the way I look at it on the chart. It's not enough to formulate your decision. You need to look at fundamentals and see why it actually skyrocketed like this, and you need to really think of the reasons behind this rally. And if you find that the reasons for this rally are justified, then maybe you should be out of this trade. But if you see that the price is really how do you say, like artificially pumped, there are no real reasons for, like, the fundamental reasons for the price growth, then it makes sense to try and risk trading these coins by short selling it after this kind of rallies. Maybe Cent, no, let's look ANG. ANG looks fine. IOTA, well, IOTA looks crazy. Let's go to 2 hours maybe. Interesting. Well, this looks like super pumped, and maybe it's not yet late to short sell it. So maybe let's short sell it with $30, whatever. Let's use 10x once again. Okay, let it be cross mode, whatever. And maybe let's use 30 minutes chart. Okay, so maybe I would put my stop loss. No, it's too far actually. Not sure actually. Maybe just $30. Yeah, so it looks like there is not enough of the buying pressure on the market to offset the selling pressure, so it might still continue the downfall. But I feel like it's kind of late already to really enter this trade. Not really sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really trading like that. I mean, I don't look for overbought projects like that, just looking at recommended strategies. Okay, usually I have a list of my coins that I monitor, and if I see that they are overbought, I can go and short sell them. But as you explore the market, as you are looking for your own list of coins that you are willing to short sell, then using recommended strategies with a 3 days backtest result is a good option for you to find some of these coins that might be really overbought, and that way you can short sell it. Let's use maybe week. Short Binance futures. Maybe Shiba. No, Shiba looks. Yeah, so I don't really see any like great short sell opportunities as of now, but I'm just trying to show you the logic that you can have, you can utilize here is just by looking at coins that fundamentally have no reasons for this extreme price rally, which means that there are some other factors that pump the price, and usually that's the big whale entering the market, or some manipulations on minor exchanges, wash trading, for example, whatever. There are many reasons. So if you see that there are no fundamental reasons for the price rally, then you might consider short selling these coins. Okay, I'm just trying to show you that it's not just long stories you can have with the combo bot, but you can also click to short and use this configuration to trade on the falling market. So that way, green orders here, they represent take profit orders because we short sell the market, whereas red orders here, they represent more liquidity to be added as a short sell. So if the price reverts back, these red orders, they will just add more volume on the sell side, and that way your short sell exposure increases. So think of it as an opposite to the long, because for long, take profit is when the price is rising, like it's trading higher, whereas for the short strategy, the take profit is when the price is trading lower. Okay, so this is how it works. Notice that we don't have arbitrage and signals anymore, because these are two products that are, well, they've become kind of outdated. So we are working on some features, and that's why we decided to offload these sections just for a while we are working on it, so that you could focus on the products that function really well, like the trading here, which is also known as the smart trade mode. So you can trade on the spot market here using stop limit. You can have multiple take profits, and that way you can have a better control over your trades. You can have stop loss, and you can even have projected loss and profit. So you can set 5 take profits, which is good. It maximizes your returns as you now have multiple orders to secure your trading, and you have the stop loss. You can calculate the exact risk you take. So if everything goes bad, the maximum you will lose is $25 according to this trading setup. If you set 5%, well, it's gonna be, oh sorry, minus 5%, then it's gonna be minus $7,000 or something. So you can use this built-in calculator to calculate, oh actually it was here, minus 5, to calculate the exact loss you can have in this trade. So this is how it works. It's a good one. If you want to monitor the market on a daily basis, then using this trading section with multiple take profits and other instruments like TVAP, for example, is a good way for your smart trading mode. But if you don't want to monitor the market every single day and you just want to allocate your funds into the bot and let the bot to do the job, then automated bots is the ultimate solution. So that's why you see I have around $15,000 in bots out of the total sum of 44,000. The rest coins I have in where do I have it? On my balance as hodl coins, like just Ethereum, for example, I just hodl it. Bitcoin, I just hold it. Same for Quantum and for some other coins, which is not the wisest thing you can do, but still a good thing you can also consider, because as you hodl, I mean, that requires patience, all right? So let's say the price of DYDX was $10 when I bought it. Now the price of DYDX is around $15, and I sold the most of it around, I think I sold around 19 or something. That's when I sold the most of it. But if you look at DYDX, and if you feel like this coin is gonna rise in long-term perspective, like to, let's say, $44 potentially, then just holding your DYDX in portfolio makes sense, because you bought it at $10 and you hold it up to $40, so that's what, $400 return on investment. But it's not the wisest thing you can do. Still, you can use your DYDX, for example, to stake it. Like you can stake, in my case, 60.87 DYDX on, I think on some exchanges like Hotbit, I think you can stake DYDX. On the original platform DYDX, you can only stake USDC as of now. But soon they are about to release the DYDX staking rewards. So this is what I call active hodling, because you don't just buy coins and hold them in your portfolios, but you actually allocate these coins to further accumulate more of the base currency. So for example, in Quantum, you can be a validator, or you can delegate your coins to validators. So right now I think the yield for Quantum, like the effective yield for Quantum, is around 16% or something. So it's like one of the best green proof of stake protocols in the crypto space, with impressive staking rewards. Okay, and you can find different incentives pools on Binance, like DeFi staking, locked staking, and on some other exchanges, of course. But you can monitor most of your trading activity here on Bitsgap, because this is your manual trade, this is your automated bots trading for you, and you care about the bot profit generated, you care about the average daily return, because what it generates, like what you see in the bot profit, that's the exact amount of money you can use in other stories to further accumulate the interest. So you can use the proceedings from Algo to maybe allocate them to some lending protocols to yield you, I don't know, 20% in USDT. That's something I saw on some platforms recently. Or you can use these proceedings to open a new bot to trade the same way as Algo trades to USDT here with my S bot. So it's really up to you, and the aim of Bitsgap is to build this ultimate platform, like an all-in-one platform where you can manage pretty much everything. As of now, it's mostly CeFi focused, whereas we are also working on the DeFi market. So you can expect some really great updates in the nearest future, and that way you can further explore venues where you can use your proceedings, let's say from automated bots, to put your money into work. Okay, again, so this is how it works in not just in crypto space but in the traditional finance. You make money and you monitor the activity of your trading bots, for example. They make you money, and the crucial aspect here is do not forget about the proceedings you made, because these proceedings can still generate you other returns in other different strategies. So once again, in case of Algo, those $965 I can use now to create a new strategy, maybe Algo to USDC, if I want to have two strategies on Algo. So I mean, the aim of this webcast is to show you how to monitor your trading performance and how to further boost your returns as you use your proceedings and allocate your proceedings in other strategies like automated bots, staking incentives, liquidity pools, whatever, or you just use them to trade on your own using your manual trading skills here with limit buy order or limit sell order, with multiple take profits, with the stop loss that can be trailing. So there are many features you can have in manual trade mode. It's just that make sure that you diversify properly. So I recommend you to consider different strategies. So let's say you have $1,000. So in my case, I allocate 50% of it to automated bots, and these bots they made me around 35%, I think, for the last 3 months of active trading, or maybe more. I'm not sure. It depends, because right now I have 16 bots, but I've been adding new bots every month, so it's hard to say what's the average timeline here. But let's assume that it's been 3 months, and let's say it's 35%, whatever. And then you have some hodl strategies plus staking yield, staking rewards, whatever, like liquidity pools. I don't know, leverage liquidity mining. It's something you can also explore. And let's say it yields you 20% also for the last 3 months. And then you have smart trading, where you just manually open orders and manually close them. So let's say here you allocate the rest of 30% of your total portfolio. Okay, so that way you diversify. And let's say in smart trading you are very bad, so let's say you made minus 20%. So the returns that were generated by the bots and your hodl strategies, they will offset this loss you made by smart trading. Okay, and again, you can also diversify within the strategy. So let's say 50% goes to automated bots, then further you can say per each bot no more than 10%. So that way you can have up to 10 bots trading for you simultaneously. So some bots can outperform Some bots can underperform, but the final outcome you monitor is here. You go to bots, and that's the sum that's the sum total P&L that you need to care of. So that's only, in my case, 33%. So that's the key metric for you to monitor your performance. Okay, so you can have some bad trades, you can have some good trades, but the total P&L is here, and if it's green, then you're doing just fine. So this is how you trade. I mean, it's very important in crypto to diversify and understand the risk management principles. And since we have so many venues, like lucrative venues to explore in crypto space, especially talking about the DeFi, and even on CeFi, some fixed rates you can have by just providing lending to like USDT, USDC, and some other coins, of course. That way you can diversify a lot, and that's why we all love crypto space. It's just that there are so many venues to explore, and there are new opportunities out there like NFTs, and now NFTs are being connected to the DeFi market. So I even heard that NFTs can be used as collateral in some cases, which sounds weird to me, but that's something that I need to explore further to understand. But I mean, the market matures and it's great. So be active and use everything at your disposal to maximize your returns. That's the credo here. Yeah, I'm just looking for some interesting questions there that were not covered yet. So there is a question from Bioref LLC. So how long should we keep the bot open? I see your average bot life is 1.5 plus month. Let's go back to my bots and let's go to average trading time. Where is this? So the oldest one is Bitcoin. It's been almost 6 months. Okay, and I'm okay holding it because, well, I started trading it since the price was $30,000, and here we are over here. It takes time for it to download all of these sell and buy orders that were executed same way as here, but you can see that as fundamentally my vision remains strong on Bitcoin. I see no point in closing this bot, honestly. It's just that whenever you feel like the coin of your choice is no longer delivering you the results that you wanted it to deliver, like let's say I look at Solana and I feel kind of cautious because it's been rallying hard since like August 2021. So after such a prolonged rally, you should expect some volatility, like a downside pressure. So maybe it makes sense for me to even, well, close Solana and open it with a lower investment, let's say $500 or something. So the reason why I hold on to Solana still is because the total sum allocated is just $1,000 out of the total balance of $44,000. So I'm like, seriously, I'm really okay if the price falls, let's say even down to $135. That way, if it starts to fall here to this area, I know that there was a strong support here, and I know that I have a trading down instrument that would allow me to accumulate even more Solana, because fundamentally in long-term perspective, for at least 1 year, I do believe in Solana growth, because its ecosystem expands, its DeFi network is impressive. Like if you take a look at the Tulip Garden protocol with the total of $1 billion locked right now, and you can find some pools that yield you $6,000, 6,000% because of the leverage. I mean, that's impressive. And I mean, as it continues to deliver this value, as it continues to provide us with these different protocols built on top of Solana that further unlock the value potential for Solana, then I feel like the only thing I have to do is just to monitor if the price of Solana is kind of overbought or oversold as of now. But fundamentally, I'm for 1 year at least, I think I still believe in Solana. So even if it falls, I'd rather use trading down to buy more Solana over here. I would consider closing it only if it starts to fall below 100, which I don't think will happen, but it might happen. And so the profits I made up to here, they will offset this pressure on the downside market. But I mean, it's really up to you. There is no golden rule and there's no golden answer to say what's the average timeline for the bots you should have. It's really about your fundamental skills and how you believe in coins that you have in your portfolio. And if you see that the market timing, I mean, if you see that the momentum is shifting, so you could either close the bot to open it with new parameters to benefit on this shifting paradigm, or you can close the bot entirely and wait for a better time to come back to this coin, or maybe use this money to open the bot on another coin that you believe fundamentally is even stronger than Solana, for example. Because we know that the crypto space is booming, and today you believe in Solana, tomorrow you find out that there is something better than Solana, maybe, I don't know, Cosmos, for example, or Polkadot, whatever. Then yes, it will trigger you to alter your strategy, right? So you would change Solana to Polka, for example. So yeah, I cannot say what's the ideal timeline, because there is no ideal timeline. It's just case by case, really. This is how it works. All right, I think that's what we wanted to cover as of today. I know that you have many questions. It's just that, yeah, some of them are the ones that are repeating, that like from the previous webcasts. Some questions are the same that I covered in previous webcasts, and answers you can find in short videos we posted on YouTube. Some questions were answered by Paul, thanks to Paul. So from my side, I would say use the comment section below this video to ask your question, like really in-depth, well elaborated questions, because the better you elaborate, the higher are the chances that I will answer to them, or anybody from Bitsgap who is compatible enough to answer the question will provide you with the answer. So yeah, we want you to provide us with your feedback, because we use your feedback to further improve the quality of the product that we have here at Bitsgap. You know that we are really transparent when it comes to development and when it comes to the achievements we achieved. So you guys can really push some ideas, like for example trailing down instrument. This is something we added thanks to those of you who were really active in promoting this feature. I mean, we even received a video from one enthusiast who literally spent around 15 minutes of his time to record the video, to showcase his logic, and we really watched this video and we implemented this instrument eventually with some iterations and some minor changes that we thought will be better. But that's how you promote, that's how you speak up, that's how you push your ideas. So yeah, I mean, community is a power, and go to Bitsgap Telegram, use our YouTube channel to promote your best ideas. And if we find that these ideas are really great, and if community supports you, then most likely we will implement these features. So this is how it works, like full transparency here at Bitsgap. And yeah, we want you to be active, and that's why we value your feedback a lot. So thanks a lot for your attention. I hope this webcast was useful for you. Go to Bitsgap, use demo mode to try different strategies in a risk-free mode, because in the demo mode you have virtual money to trade with, so you don't care if you lose them. But that's the ideal sandbox for you to explore, to experiment, and to sharpen your skills before risking your real money. So everything you have is everything you need to develop your skills and to make money in crypto space, like in smart trade mode and automated trading, is here at Bitsgap. So go there and find your ultimate solution. Experiment in the demo mode until you are confident in your performance and you are ready to copy paste this performance on your real money. So once again, thanks a lot, and hope to see you next time.